Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be bringing to you a TIE RB heavy preview. They dropped an article today, and we're going to be talking about some of the pilots and upgrades that are going to be coming in this pack. Also, I've got some news. We're getting really close to 40,000 subscribers, so there's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming for that as well. Big shout out to the sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. They are sponsoring this video, and really got to tell you, they have amazing tokens. If you order now, you're going to save 15% by using my code Crabbok VIP, and while supplies last on orders of $35 or more, you're going to get a free Crabbok token, which has the blue C on the front and the blue lightsaber nunchucks. It's got the red 5 on the back and the red lightsaber nunchucks with force lightning coming out of them. It's amazing. Absolutely awesome tokens. Full metal, double-sided, exquisite, great finishes on these. You're going to absolutely love these tokens. They're the best available. Don't forget to use code Crabbok VIP. Also, there's still time left to enter to win the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Yeah, we are getting real close to 40,000 subscribers. So once we hit that, we've got a lot of cool things planned. Stay tuned for that. And as always, check the links down in the description. You're going to find links for Luxury Playstyle, links for social media, links for the merch store. If you're looking to get yourself some t-shirts or masks or anything like that, all that stuff is down in the description below. So check that out. Great ways to help support the channel if you are so inclined. All right, so let's talk about the TIE RB. Because this is that big honkin' ship from Solo: A Star Wars Story. You saw it in the Maw approaching Kessel. You saw it attacking the Millennium Falcon with some other TIEs by its side. You might not have gotten a clue as to how big this ship actually is. It's on a medium base, much bigger than standard TIE fighters. And we got to look at its dial here. It's got some pretty fast moves. It can go speed 4 straight, which is white. Surprisingly enough, which is not bad for such a big old ship. Not the most maneuverable, though, when it comes to the hard turns. It can do a hard 2 that's white, but its hard 1 is going to be red. Its hard 3 is going to be red. And it can do the Talon roll at speed 3. No straight K turn, though, so that's pretty interesting. Now, looking at the ship card itself, your Initiative 1 generic is going to be the Carida Academy Cadet. It's got the primary turret of 2, defensive 1, and 8 hull, with the rotating cannons built-in ship ability. And what this is basically your turret arc indicator can only go forwards or backwards. It's the only ways it can go. It cannot shoot to its own side because, of course, it would presumably hit the wings. Although personally, I've always kind of disagreed with that because I really think of like a TIE fighter. Okay, if I'm to the side, it should still be able to shoot me. It just has to kind of orient itself a little bit different, right? Like if there's a cone coming from below, well, it's 3D space. Couldn't it just turn sideways? But maybe I'm thinking too much about it. And maybe that would be a little bit more complicated for game rules. Either way, it can shoot forward and it can shoot backward. And that's going to have to be good enough for now, because even though Star Wars is in a 3D space, it really kind of functions like a naval battle in a lot of ways. That's why you have bumping and things like that. So, all right, well, let's just treat it like a 2D plane, because it is played on a 2D plane. Okay, so but the rotating cannons also has another ability, in that it binds your cannons to it, and so any cannon equipped upgrades that you have are going to treat that forward arc requirement as a turret. So you're going to be able to fire cannons to the rear, with the exception of any cannons that don't specifically use the forward arc requirement. Things like heavy laser cannon, for example, uses a bullseye arc requirement. So even though it does shoot out the front, you're not going to be able to spin heavy laser cannon around to the back because it doesn't have the matching symbol. But most other cannons you will be able to, which will be really fun for ion cannons and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Now for our actions, we can take a focus, we can take a target lock, we can take a reinforce, we can take that red barrel roll, and we can rotate our turret into a chained red action of a calculate. Now, I think this is the first time we've seen a calculate and a focus printed on the same card. That's really interesting for a pilot to be able to focus and calculate. Of course, the circumstances are different there, and it's the computer kind of helping you with auto aiming the turret to the rear for you or something like that. So I think thematically it's pretty cool, but I think this is the first instance we've seen that printed on a card. If I'm wrong, though, I mean, I could be. There's a lot of ships out there right now, and sometimes they all kind of get jumbled together. So let me know in the comments if we've seen this before, because I don't think we've seen both Calculate and Focus printed on the same ship card before like this. This is pretty interesting. Moving more forward in some of the other pilots, we got the Onyx Squadron Sentry, who's going to be Initiative 3. Everything else there is about the same. Some pretty cool artwork there, though. I love the glow of the lasers. This one looks very much like a scene from Solo. That's very cool. Then moving up a little bit more, we've got Litan Dree at Initiative 3. It rhymes. I wonder if he's happy. Initiative Dree. Terrible dad jokes. Dad jokes have to go away now. Okay, that's no more dad jokes for today. But he's kind of got this interesting support ability. While a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 performs an attack, if you are in the defender's side arc, the attacker may reroll one attack die. So if you're in the defender's side arc, that means they're probably not aiming at you. All right, so I feel like he's trying to taunt the other person and say, no, look at me. I feel like he's like that tank in an RPG, kind of, hitting that taunt, like, look here. If you don't look at me, you're going to have a problem. Or maybe they're running away from him, supposedly. They could also be running from him. So he's either got you enraged, or he's scared you to death and you're running away. But if you're trying to, and this is going to be a real interesting one to fly with, because I feel like is going to kind of cause you to really split up a lot more and try to kind of do some pincer stuff to kind of force you. You're either coming at me or you're running away from me, because if not, you're going to pay the price. I think that's a kind of a neat pilot ability. I kind of like that one. And then we've got Rampage. We've seen Rampage spoiled already during the Gen Con previews that we've had. But yeah, he wants to take some damage and come after you, because after you execute a speed 3 or 4 maneuver, you may choose a ship in your firing arc at range 0 to 1. They got to be close. If you do, that ship gains a strain token or 2 strain tokens if you are damaged. So the idea is, if you're on fire and you're this giant thing and you're coming at him, you're going to be even more intimidating. He's trying to scare you, and that kind of fits into the theme. It's kind of like the other guy too. It's supposed to be a scary ship. I think that's the idea. Is that very intimidating presence on this particular type of ship. Now, at Initiative 4, it's going to be interesting. You're going to have some flexibility, because against higher initiative pilots, against the aces, you just have to you're moving before them, so you just have to be planned to be right where they are, and then you can do that speed 3 straight right into them, and then give them some strain. It can be pretty interesting. We've got the maneuver assist for our upgrades here. We've got some pretty cool ones. The maneuver assist configuration is going to increase the... Here, let's make this a little bigger so we can see. How's that? That's a little bit better. Yeah, the maneuver assist MGK300. It gives you a white calculate. Again, you've already got focus, but hey, whatever. Reduce the difficulty of your speed 3 straight and bank maneuvers. I have a feeling we're going to see more and more calculate options in the future. I think there's more things like that coming, because there's certainly some TIE specific upgrades coming, and we'll see one of those in a little bit. But yeah, this is going to make you a lot more maneuverable here, and this is great. Reduce the difficulty of your speed 3 straight and bank maneuvers. Those are white already, so that gives you a blue 3 bank and blue 3 straight. Now you've already got the 2 straight and the 1 straight, but you don't have a whole lot of blue outside of that. So this really makes you pretty maneuverable. And also, it gives you that white barrel roll, too. So it makes you especially maneuverable. You still have the chain into the red focus, but that's pretty cool. Alternatively, you can put on the target assist MGK 300. It's going to be interesting to see the point cost differences of these two, because now you actually have choice, so there's opportunity cost in picking one versus the other as well. So this one also gives you the white focus, the white concentrate, and this one gives you the turret rotate into a white calculate. Did I say concentrate? Calculate. But yeah, so like this is chaining your chained upgrades, so a white into a white. as opposed to a white into a red, which is really interesting. Not like there's definitely lots of incentive to find yourself with a calculate token, especially if you're able to rotate your turret and get a free white calculate as a result of it. Target Assist MGK300 also says, before you engage, if you have no green tokens and you are not stressed, gain a calculate token for each enemy ship at range 2 to 3 in your firing arc to a maximum of 2. That's really... See, he's all about getting those calculate tokens with this one. I really like that. I really like that. We are also going to get the synced laser cannons here. There's going to be 2 turrets. I think we saw this one already in the lat, but yes, it's going to be the 3 forward arc, 3 dice forward arc attack. If you're if you are calculating, the defender does not apply the range bonus. Again, talking about the calculate stuff, this is one of those reasons why maybe you want just a white calculate as opposed to a focus. If you're going to be attacking at range 3, maybe you just take a calculate. You know, and it's to go back to either one of these configs, right? Even with the maneuver assist, maybe I just want the white calculate. I could take a focus, but now that there's more things that reference calculate, maybe there's a reason, you know, to take that disadvantage. I'm not focused, but I am calculating. So that's kind of something cool. We talked about tie-specific upgrades. We're looking at the very cool Ion Limiter Overdrive. This is a talent, and it is restricted to tie only. I'll point out that it is not faction restricted, so any tie will be able to take this. And of course, we talked a little bit about ties with keywords. We talked about that in my interview with Max Brook from Fantasy Flight, and how that's one of the ship types are one of the things that are going to show up as keywords here pretty soon. And this is one that's going to work on that. And this is not just restricted to Empire. This can work on First Order ties. This can work on Sabine's tie. This can work on the Rebels, and presumably this should also work on the Mining Guild tie for Scum and Villainy. So this is going to work on a lot of different ships. And it says, after you fully execute a red maneuver, you may perform a barrel roll action, even while stressed. If you do, roll an attack die. On a hit result, gain a strain token. On a critical result, gain an ion token. So, you know, but hey, that's a cool idea. I love the idea of being able to do a barrel roll after you do a red, like a K turn. Like, you know, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think this is a lot of ships that would have a huge amount of fun with this, especially when you're flying all your ties in formation. You turn around, you want to spread them out a little bit more, so that like, because there's asteroids around here, we need to do this, but we need to make sure that next turn, that next maneuver is going to be a little bit easier to perform without bumping into each other. It's going to be cool. I like it. I like this card. Deadeye Shot. We've seen this one already, again with the lat, but it looks like we're going to get it here as well. This can go on a small or medium ship. While you perform a primary attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, you may spend a hit result or change a crit to a hit. If you do, the defender exposes one of its damage cards. So this is really good for somebody who's maybe not expecting to do a whole lot of damage, and you're like, hey, you know what? This crit, or if somebody has shields and you have something to manufacture a crit, hey, this crit wasn't going to go through anyway. No problem. Like maybe I'm taking something, like I'm taking a calculate, and you know what, I need to save it for defense or what have you, and I can't change them both. You know what, this one hit's not going to get through. Let me just spend it to, you know, to expose a damage card. It's a cool shot. It's a cool upgrade. It's a cool looking expansion pack. It's going to be a beautiful ship, and of course when they do show up, I will be bringing you an unboxing, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing. I could not do this without you, so thank you so much for your continued support. If you're interested in learning more about Patreon or social media or merch or Discord, any of that, check the description below. I want to thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.